Hello students, in the last video I had discussed about the oxidation states. So this is the answer of the oxidation states. You can very well check, right? So these are the answers I've given. Now the next topic is the nomenclature of the coordination compounds. So how these, suppose these are the coordination compounds, how these are to be named. For that we need to understand that suppose we have a simple ionic compound. Suppose we have a simple ionic compound that is NaCl. How do you name this? You first identify that this sodium is it bears +1 charge and chlorine bears -1 charge. So this is a cationic species and this is an anionic species. Right, so we all know that cationic species is named before the anionic species. So what will be its name? Sodium and chloride, right? So ide is used when there is ionic species, and the sodium, the cationic species, is simply written as it is. Now suppose we have this thing. So here we know that chlorine is the cationic species and oxygen is the anionic species. So chlorine here will be written as simple chlorine, whereas the anionic species will be written as oxide. So the name is chlorine oxide. But if you have this, now here oxygen is the cationic species and fluorine is the anionic species. So what will be its name? It will be oxygen fluoride. My point here is to make you realize that how the compounds are named, because on similar basis we are going to identify the cationic species and anionic species in the coordination compounds. So let's start with the naming of the coordination compounds. So now we are going to start nomenclature of coordination compounds, right? So the first step here is to identify. Firstly we will identify the coordination sphere. See, these are very basic, these are not by any IUPAC, or this is simple how to learn how to name the coordination compounds correctly. So what we'll do, we'll first identify the coordination compound and the counter ion that you very well know. For example, if you have to name this complex CONH3 whole 6 Cl3 positive. So you very well know that starting from this square bracket to this square bracket we have, so this is our coordination sphere. Up to this is the coordination sphere, and these are what? These are the counter ions. So as you know, here the coordination sphere is the cation because it comes first. This is the cationic species, and these counter ions are what? These are the anionic species. On similar basis we have, suppose we have K4 FeCN6. So how it is written? So this, so from this to this, from one square bracket to the another, this is the coordination sphere, and this is what? This is the counter ion. This is the first thing you identify. So here the coordination sphere now is the anionic species, whereas the counter ion is the cationic species. Now once you identify the counter ion, the coordination sphere, and you identify the cationic and the anionic species, now the next step is to find the charge. Next step is the find the charge on the coordination sphere. on the coordination sphere. Now we will find the charge on the coordination sphere and on the counter ion by crisscross method. Now see how. Suppose this was CONH3 whole 6 Cl3 positive. How a formula is formed by crisscross method? So we know that this is cation, so this 3 will go into this. So how they will be formed? CONH3 whole 6, it will bear 3 positive charge because it is cationic species, and the counter ion will exhibit -1 oxidation state. Now suppose we have K4FeCN6. So by crisscross method, this 4 will go to this side, so K will bear +1 and FeCN6 will bear 4 negative charge, right? Once you find out the charge on the coordination sphere, suppose this is one example, this is another example. So once you find out this, now we divide the naming of the coordination compounds into two parts. One is, so we will do the first part when the coordination sphere is cationic species. When the coordination sphere is cationic species means the first example. What do we do is, the first step is to suppose we have this. This is our first step. This is this is given. So the first step is to find the charge CO on the coordination sphere. CONH3 whole 6, 3 positive, and this is Cl negative. Now the step 2 is to find out the oxidation number. To find this step 1 was to find the charge. To find the charge on coordination sphere. CS means coordination sphere. Now in the step 2, what do we do is to find the oxidation state on central metal atom in the coordination sphere. Means we have to find out suppose this is our compound 3 positive, we take it as X, NH3 has 0. Yesterday in the previous video I had talked about the finding of the oxidation state. So X plus 0 is equal to +3. So X is +3. So that means cobalt. So if we have to see the whole of the compound, so it is Cl negative and cobalt bears +3 oxidation state. Now how to name? So this is the cationic species. This is the cationic species. And this is the anionic species, the counter ion. This is the counter ion, right? The counter ions are named by conventional methods. So the cation is to be named first. Cation is to be named first, right? So how do you name a cation? If cationic species is coordination sphere, the following rules are followed. The following rules are followed. So how do you name a coordination sphere? The first thing is, how do you name a coordination sphere? The first rule is to name the ligands first. Now what do we do is, the ligands are named first. So I'll explain with the help of an example also. So let's write the rule. The ligands are named first in alphabetical order. ठीक है. The prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. are added before the name of the ligands which represent the number of same type of ligands, right? So if the ligand already, there is a point to note. If the ligand name already contains di, tri, etc., then prefixes bis, tris, tetrakis, etc. are used. So this is, go through this rule. So this is the rule. I mean, they have to be named according to the alphabetical order without leaving any space. So first in the ligands are named first in the alphabetical order without leaving any space. So there must be no space. There must be no space between any two alphabets. Right, between any two alphabets. So how it is written? So once the ligands are named, so there is a central metal atom also, we have to name that also. Once the ligands are named according to alphabetical order, the name of the metal now. The name of the metal is written, followed by its oxidation number in Roman numerals, enclosed in square bracket. Enclosed in square bracket. Right? Once this coordination sphere is named, so the counter ion, because we have taken the case of when the coordination sphere is the cationic species. So once the counter ion is named, conventionally by conventional methods. Like now the point is, so you learn the examples, right? We'll do the examples first. So what is the case now? We had the example of CO NH3 whole 6 Cl3, right? I'll go systematically. Suppose this is given in the paper. So how do you do this? What you have to do is now separate them. We have identified this is the coordination sphere. What I have to do is, if I was at your stage, I would have first differentiated into coordination sphere and this into counter ion. I know that. Now this coordination sphere is what? Is the cationic species, so it has to be named first. This counter ion is the anionic species, so it will be named later in the end. So by crisscross method, I would first find out the charge on the coordination sphere, which is 3 positive, and this will be Cl negative. So once I find out now I have to find out the oxidation state on the central metal atom. X plus 0 is equal to plus 3, so X is equal to plus 3. So now I can very well write the formula which has all the charges on the coordination sphere. It has the oxidation state and this right? So now how to name, since the coordination, so how to name the coordination sphere? First the ligands have to be, it contains only one ligand. NH3 has the name I had given in the table also, amine, but there are total 6 amine. So 6 for 6, what prefix will be used? Hexa. So I have named it hexa. Now I will write, without leaving any space, I will write hexaamine. Now the ligands are named. After ligands, the metal atom has to be named. Hexaamine. What is cobalt? CO. It is cobalt. Next to cobalt, I will write the name. I will write the oxidation number, that is cobalt 3. So here my coordination sphere ends. How to identify? The coordination sphere ends at this Roman numeral. Wherever you find out this Roman numeral, that means the coordination sphere now ends. Now we are left with the counter ion, Cl negative. Cl negative, according to the conventional rule, what is it? It is chloride, so it will be written as it is. So what is the name? Hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride, right? Now suppose we do the another example. We have Cr H2O whole 4 Cl2 NO3. So I should know that NO3 is a whole single species. So if I find out, so this is the what? This is the coordination sphere and this is the counter ion. So this is the cationic species and this is the anionic species. So how it is done? So Cr, write it again, Cr H2O whole 4 Cl2, it will bear +1 and NO3 whole will bear -1, right? Now this has to be named first. So first I will find out the oxidation state, which is X, water is 0, +0, chlorine is -1, -1 into 2. -2 is equal to +1, so X is equal to +3. So now I write all the oxidation number charges, +1 NO3 whole negative, and this will be a +3 charge, right? So now how to name is first. So for my ease, I know that water is known as aqua and Cl is known as chlorido or simply chloro. Alphabetically A comes first. So what is its name? Its name will be, water is 4 times, so its name will be tetra aqua. Then chlorine is 2 times, so I will write dichlorido, right? Now next I have completed the ligands. Now I will mention the metal. So dichlorido. Chromium bears 3 charge. So up till this the name is complete of the coordination sphere. Now the name of the counter ion. NO3 is nitrate according to the conventional rules. So the name is tetra aqua dichlorido chromium 3 nitrate. Now I will give you the questions based upon this, right? Only the next rule we'll do in the next video. So I'll give some of the examples which will tell you about the, so now we will, suppose this was the 2, now we are to do the third one. For the third one we have, suppose CrEn whole thrice 3 positive, cobalt NH3 whole 4 Cl2 Cl. Fifth one is what you have to do is you can see the names of the ligands from the table and do this. Every ligand's name is given in the table. That's not, I have not mentioned, I have mentioned every name. In the next video we'll discuss about the another rule and also the names of this, so you don't have to worry. So I think 10 will be more than enough. So the last one. So I'll give you the 10 more, I mean the total 10. So in all these, what is common, that the coordination sphere has to be named first because it is the cationic species, and the anion, the counter ion, is to be named later because it is the anionic species. So this, for the up till this I wind up this video. I want everyone to write their names. In the next video I'll provide the answers.